Hello again. Welcome back to the video series where I show you how to use Moodle in order to create interactive and engaging online courses. And today we'll start exploring the H5P plugin that's available usually for free in the Moodle, which is a huge advantage if you have this LMS or any other LMS where the plugin comes in free. So let's just go ahead and see what it looks like. So in order to add the H5P element, we go to the plus sign, we click the activity or resource, and from here we have to choose the H5P. Let's give it a name. First of all, let's try and create the interactive videos, the ones you usually can see in the Coursera when there's a video going on. There's a pause, there's some pop-up question that helps you to reflect, to check your understanding or any other assignment that you want to embed into the video lesson. And that's something you'll be able to do in Moodle for free using this plugin. So we'll name it the H5P, and this is kind of a shell that we create first, and after this we have to do the actual file. So in order to create the H5P file, we come here, we say we want to go to the content bank, and we want to add a new file. And these are the interactive elements within the H5P, and what we have to do is to find the interactive video section. I'll just keep scrolling down. Interactive book, interactive video. Here it is. Here's the title again. Let's type it as a video. And then we have to add the actual video that we want to use. Let's go to YouTube. This is the easiest way. Upload your video on YouTube. For example, let's find something that's not super expensive. I did just example. Let's like use this video as an example. We just sorry, I pressed the wrong buttons. We copy the link, we come back, we say we want to add the video, and we just paste the link, hit the enter button or insert, and here's our YouTube video. The second step, we go to the second tab and we start adding the interactions, like the places where it needs to stop. For example, there's a video going on, and at some point we wanna make the first stop. Okay, stop here. And we want to start adding different elements. So what you can add, you can add a label, you can add a text, you can add a link, etc. But what I'm interested in is, for example, in the activity with the true false button. Here, I would advise you to go with the poster, and I'll show you why the poster. For example, let's make it question number 1. The question itself, for example, what is 2 plus 2? Obvious example, but oh no. Equals to 4, true or false. You indicate which one is the correct answer. Okay, true is the correct answer. Then we say done. And as you can see, this is how it's gonna pop up, but we wanna make sure that it's gonna be visible. So let's make it larger and put it at the center of the screen. And okay, here it is. And this is how it's gonna look. For example, the person responds true, and then he'll hit the check button, and then he'll be able to see what happens there. And as you can see now, there's a circular shape here indicating our first interactivity. Let's see how it looks.
Hello, and welcome to Exactix. Brought to you.
Here, the video stops. You have the question. The student has to give one of the answers, and then he can continue. Let's go ahead and add the second interactivity. For example, let's do the multiple choice question. Again, we go with the poster. We have the MCQ. Okay, let's do the same example. What is 2 plus 2 equals 2? Bum, bum, bum. So the first one would be 4. So we mark that this is the correct answer. The next answer option is 3. Let's make one more option, 2. Okay. We can set up the feedback For example, okay, let's skip the feedback for now. Let's just do the done. Again, we want to make sure that it has the similar size. So this is how it's gonna look. Then we go to the summary if you wanna add something. If not, we just go ahead and say save. So the video is created. Now we can preview the video.
In New York.
Okay, we can just scroll it closer.
Hello, and welcome to Exact Tips. Brought to you
Here's our first question. Yay, it's correct. We continue.
from New York. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the job ID field within the location
The second one, for example, let's give the wrong answer, and it shows you that the answer is wrong. You can show the solution.
request.
And now let's see how we want to add the personalized feedback if you want to do that. Again, if you want to make any changes, you go to the edit button, we go to the instructions, and we go ahead with our first instruction. Let's edit. Click on the pencil icon up here. Then we open the behavioral settings and see if we want to check anything. And here's where you can give the feedback. For example, well done. This is correct because, and you give some response. For example, well, not exactly. Remember, and something, something. Just give them some prompts to think about so that they can understand why the answer was not right. Again, we save the changes. Now let's go ahead and make some changes to this second option. Click here, click on the pencil icon. And as you remember, so here's the overall feedback. We can add the range, meaning that if it's 0 to 90, meaning the wrong answers, unfortunately, something, something, just give the feedback. We can even say like 99 because it's gonna be the wrong, and if the person gets the question correctly, he's gonna get 100 out of 100. And then, for example, yay, well done, because something, something. Let's do the done, and let's save the changes and preview it once more. Okay, let's launch the video. Okay.
Tactics. Brought to you.
Is it true or false? True. Yay, well done. This is correct because, and here's where the student gets the feedback. We continue.
New York. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the job ID field within the location.
Okay, let's give the wrong answer and see. Okay, unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. So this is where we see the feedback that we have built in. And then the person can continue. So this is how you design quite easily very interactive videos without leaving the Moodle. Okay, now it is all saved. Let's go to the course page again. What we do now is we show the H5P video that we have created. Again, we say video example, for example. And now here we need to choose our file that we just created, that this one needs to be added. Okay, yeah, this one. Nope, sorry. So what we can do instead, we can say text and media. And here we say that we want to use the H5P file. We browse the repositories. And in the content bank, we have the video that we have created. We say select this file, insert PHP content, pum, 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 save and return. And here's our video. So in order to double check, you can go ahead and switch to the student mode, and you'll be able to see how the student's gonna see it. Bum, bum, bum. We come here. Here's the question. For example, let's give the false response. Well, not exactly. Remember this and this, the cue that you have provided. Then the student wants to continue.
If I knew. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the job ID field within the location.
And let's see if we get the correct answer. Yay, well done, because blah, blah, blah. And then the student can continue watching the video. So this is one of the easiest, fastest ways you can create the interactive video lessons.